Hi, I'm Tim Bartz, Internet Sales Manager here at McArthur Ford in Salina, Kansas, your source for Ford news, updates, and information with a nice little video here on the Escape SEL. So 2022 Ford Escape. We're going to talk about the SEL trim with this video. We're going to cover all the standard equipment as well as a couple different packages available and standalone options all in one video. It will be kind of long, so we will have timestamps down below for you to be able to move around in this video all you need to. If you don't want to listen to some of the things about the mechanical features or safety, you can move ahead through this video. So use those chapters and timestamps down the description as you drop down, whether you're watching this on a phone, tablet, or on your desktop computer. So move around in this video. That's what it is for. Also, don't forget, we do information about this is kind of help people if they want to order a vehicle to kind of know how things are equipped, because we will use Ford's build and price for this information, but on the build and price it's more of configuring the extra optional features. Doesn't always go over all the things that are standard on this particular trim, so we're going to cover all that in this video first, and then we'll kind of show you how to use the build and price tool for the different packages and such, and then talk about what's included in each of those packages. So again, if you work with a great local dealership, then that's great. They knows how to order the vehicle, get it approved through the CLVP process and such. But if you're looking for a dealership, we do free shipping here at McArthur. We'll talk more about that information, that process at the end of the video, but there is a timestamp down below for that as well. And if you're not new to if you're new to our channel, you're not subscribed yet, hit the red subscribe button down below so you can get subscribed over to the channel. Hit the notification bell. That way you get notified the next time I have another video uploaded to our YouTube channel. So we're going to dive in first, talk about some of the mechanical features. There are 3 different motors you can get with the SEL trim. So we're going to dive in and talk about all 3 of those as well as some safety features. Okay, let's get started by talking about some mechanical features. And I'm going to go ahead and show you and bring up Ford's build and price website so you can kind of get an idea of what that looks like there. So there we go. So you can kind of see that. So here on, if you go to Ford.com, you can go over here and select and find information on the Escape. So go to SUVs and crossovers and go down to the Ford Escape. We're going to go to build and price in this case because we're going to show you how to build out your own. Start your build. And then you can see you have the different models. Now, when you go look down at the SEL trim, you do have some other options here. We're not going to talk plug-in. We're going to talk the gas, the hybrid. We're not going to talk plug-in. I kind of feel like it's its own thing there. But we will talk about this. Plug-in is available on the SE and SEL trim, as you can see there, as well as the titanium. But you can a lot of the same safety features and same features on all of them, so that'll help you out. But we're going to talk about this. So if you are looking at the hybrid, you do need to select and start your build separately than whether you go with the other 2 engines. We are going to click on the SEL just to give you an idea for the appearance and such. And then we'll talk about, when we talk about the hybrid technologies that you get, we will talk about that after we go over all the standard equipment. So now you do have 3 different options for your motors, as I mentioned. If you do go with the hybrid engine, it is available in either front-wheel drive or the optional all-wheel drive on the hybrid. And they do have different equipment groups for each of these. That hybrid is your 303A equipment group, and when you select that on the build and price, it takes you over to that. Now, for the gas versions, you have a 301A or 302A. Now, 301A are your options for your 1.5 liter engine. So if we go up here to the powertrains, you can see 1.5 liter engine with the auto start stop technology. And basically, auto start stop means that when you go to the stoplight stop sign, press the brake, it's going to shut the vehicle off. Let go of the brake, it's going to turn it back on. That is something you can deactivate on each engine cycle by pressing the A with the circle around it. I believe it's either on your console or on your dash. Now, so that's your 301A, whether you go front-wheel drive or the optional all-wheel drive on that 1.5 liter. Now, if you do choose the 2.0 liter, dealers may call that the 302A equipment group. That is only available in your all-wheel drive. So much torque behind that 2.0 liter, and they won't allow you to get a front-wheel drive with the 2.0 EcoBoost. So those are the 2 options for your engines and your drivetrains to go over that information. So we're going to move back up to the top here. And so now let's go ahead. Now that I kind of showed you that, I want to go over some of the mechanical features that are going to be standard equipment. Of course, your gas motors will come with the 8-speed automatic transmission for you, and you will get different selectable drive modes. So I'm actually going to kind of pull up this here, but may show you some clips ahead of time. So we're just going to have that right there on the screen so you can kind of see that. So selectable drive modes, you have a normal, you have an eco mode, Should have a sport mode, slippery mode. So depends on the drive mode that you choose. The transmission will shift differently. Traction control can be activated and deactivated. Some of those things that are activated to the vehicle to give you different driving dynamics and performance with the engine and the vehicle. So I really love the drive mode, especially in those situations where it's slippery out or some type of situation like that. It does change the shifting of that so that you can get moving correctly. And of course, just other situations. If you want to be in eco mode, it's going to shift more efficiently so you can stay in that best position to get the best fuel economy and such like that. You also have electric parking brake, and it includes auto hold, which means if you press the little hand on the button there, I'm not sure if I'll have a video clip of that or not, but when you do that, if you come up to stoplight, maybe you've been there for a little bit, you want to relax your foot, you can press the little auto hold button and it'll hold the brake so you can take your foot off the brake. Real nice feature. When you're ready to go, just press the gas and you're going to be ready to go. Also, you're going to get electronic traction control. Again, I kind of mentioned that is being deactivated in some situations on different drive modes. You also have an electric power assist steering. So what I like about that is at different speeds, it's going to help with the steering of what you're able to do. So slower speeds, parking lots, it's going to be easier for you to turn that steering wheel. Faster speeds on the highway, it's going to stiffen that up a little bit so you won't react as quickly. And so that way also, if that wind starts to push you from side to side, that's going to help you out. You also get Advanced Track with roll stability control. So Advanced Track, a very complicated system there, but it basically uses a series of brakes around the vehicle to help keep you on your intended path. So if you go into that curve a little too fast or it's slick outside, it'll help keep you on your intended path. And it has a roll stability control system as well so that you don't roll over. It does have also curve control, which helps in those curves too. And you have torque vectoring control too, to help you when you're taking off from a stop and such, and just with that system there. So you also, for some safety features, you're going to get, before we get into the safety features, let me talk about one other. You will get front and rear stabilizer bar as well. So that's going to give you an all-around great ride with the Escape. Now, talking about some safety features, you will get pre-collision assist with automatic emergency braking. So what's really great about this is that it's going to have dynamic brake support, front collision warning and such. So if you're coming up, maybe somebody's turning slow or you're not paying attention and they're going much slower than you and you're going to hit them, the system will alert you and let you know that. Series of tones, lights, a little message on the dash and a productivity screen that you need to stop, and it preloads those brakes so that when you get that alert and you go to slam on the brake, it's going to brake fast. So that's a real nice system. Also, you're going to get post-collision braking. So if you have an accident, maybe you're unconscious, you're not able to put it in park, or you forget to put it in park, the post-collision braking will help with that so you don't have a more severe accident. Also, you do get 911 assist as well. So when you have your Bluetooth-enabled phone in there, it's going to call 911 directly instead of relying on OnStar or a third-party vendor to get you connected with them. You also have SOS post-crash alert system, honks of horns, flashes of lights if you're in an accident off the side of the road. And you also do have lane keeping system. So what I like about this, it has 3 features that are included in this. You have a driver alert feature, which basically means that if you take off your hands off the steering wheel too often and such, it'll alert you and let you know, remind you of that. Also, you do have the lane keeping aid system and alert system. So the alert system, the way that works is if you're leaving your lane, it likes to see those lines. You leave your lane, it's going to alert you by vibrating the steering wheel and let you know you've left your lane. The aid system will help keep you in your lane. So you'll go over to that line and it'll bring you back into your lane. So a real great system. And that's a system that can be activated or deactivated. You do not have to have that on. But it's a great system, a nice safety feature. Last thing I want to talk about before we get into talking about the exterior of the vehicle is the Secure Lock passive anti-theft system. So what this system does is, it's using that coded key, and it knows when you shut the vehicle off, then it's going to lock that steering column so people cannot get in there and drive your vehicle unless they have the coded key in the vehicle. So this is a really important feature, something that Ford puts on all their vehicles no matter what trim you have. Now we're going to go ahead and talk about the exterior of the vehicle, starting with the front of the vehicle, as you can see right here. So we have these images here, and we're going to first talk about the different paint colors, but we're going to use these different shots right here to kind of show you around the vehicle as we're talking about different parts of it. And we'll leave it up there. Actually, we'll go back to our first shot so that way you can see the different colors. So here are different colors we'll go over. I believe these are all the same colors as the SE trim if you did watch that video. So we do have a Gate Black metallic paint color, as you can see there. We do have also Star White metallic. It is a tri-coat. That's why it's a $7.95 ad there. You do have ruby red, which is a tinted clear coat, and also costs you $4.95 for that color. And then you have Oxford white, which is not a cost color. You also do have Iconic silver metallic, and you have carbonized gray metallic as well. And then this is a new color, stone blue metallic, which is an extra $4.95 for that color. And Atlas blue, we did see that even on the S trim, so that's a beautiful color. I don't really feel like the image there does it justice. It almost looks like Velocity blue in that picture, but it's a darker blue. Really love the color of it. And then we do have the ice blue silver metallic, new color for this year, available in all the trims so far. So that's also available for you there. So we'll leave it on that color, and then we'll move on down. So up here on the top, you can move around on the vehicle wherever you want to. So like we talked about earlier, going down the powertrains. If you want to switch to the 2.0, click on the little corner. Will allow you to select over to that, because that does change your price, as you can see there. That takes it not only to 2.0, but also adds all-wheel drive. So you're adding all-wheel drive and the engine, and that's why you see that cost there. So we're going to say no for right now, just to kind of keep that down. And then, but we're going to go back up here to the exterior and start going through some of these features here. Now, the standard, talking about the front of it, we're talking about standard equipment first. We do see the grille here. The grille does look a little different than it does from the S and the SE, dedicated grille. So it is a black grille with chrome surround. It kind of goes around that. Here, let me click this a little bigger. There we go, as we talk about these. You do get automatic headlights. So they are a halogen projector headlight. Automatic means you're going to come on automatic when it gets dark, shut off when it gets light. You also do get LED signature lighting. Kind of see that right under there. They have actually been showing us this LED light on the S and SE trim, and they did not get it unless you had a certain package on the SE. Now it is going to be standard equipment on your SEL. Also do get LED configurable daytime running light. I believe that's the light that's going to be on when you have your configurable, or GRLs is what a lot of people call those. You also get wiper activated headlights, which means when you turn your wipers on, headlights will come on. Some states it is a state law, so it's all, Ford's got you covered there. Also, you do have the auto high beams. So just like your automatic headlights, if they're, if it's dark enough outside, then it's going to turn those high beams on. If someone approaches you in the city lights, it's going to turn them off automatically. Now, that is a feature you can activate and deactivate in your lighting section of your vehicle settings configuration. You also do get LED fog lights. First time seeing the fog lights on a trim, not available on the S or the SE. We get it with the SEL trim as standard equipment. Now the front bumper is a molded in black. So molded, it means they take that black color, put it in with the mold, so it's that different textured material, not painted on, so it'll protect it from any kind of rock chips and such. The front skid plate down here, I believe it's the same color as silver as the S and SE, and that is also molded into the color, so again, it won't chip and that such. So really, most of your rock chips and such are going to, happen down here. So that's a little more durable that way. You do have active grille shutters as well. So they're going to open and close when it needs to. Highway speeds, it's going to close those up. So that way you can create a little more aerodynamics. There's plenty of air coming underneath to cool the engine off. But at slower speeds, opens those up, allows for as much airflow in to help those two EcoBoost engines perform at their peak. So that's all your front features there. Let's go ahead and close this for a second. Move around here to the side. We'll get I actually like the driver's side view if I can. So we might switch back and forth between these two pictures. So here we go. So looking at the side of the vehicle, the standard wheel is an 18-inch machine-faced alloy wheel with the dark stainless painted pockets. So there you go. That's that wheel there. And that's going to be standard. There's an optional wheel. We'll get into that in just when we get to optional equipment. You will get all-season tires as standard equipment, and you will get tire pressure monitoring system that goes along with that. So four-wheel disc brakes as well with ABS, so you're all covered with all those different technologies. You'll see the mirror caps are going to be body colored there. So in this picture, it's the ice blue mirror caps. You will get power, and you'll get heated glass on the mirror, so that way not only can you adjust those inside the vehicle, but also you get the heat feature when you have the defrost on. Manual fold mirrors, which means they're going to fold in. You'll have to physically move those in. You will get Bliss with the cross traffic alert. Bliss stands for Blind Spot Information System. And that's a great system. So if there's someone in your blind spot, it's going to let you know. It's going to alert you by putting a light in the corner of that mirror and let you know it's not safe to go in that lane at that time. As you're backing up, it uses those same sensors. So someone's going to cross your path behind you, then it's going to alert you. Series of tones first, that it's not safe to back up, puts a message on the dash if they're coming from the left or the right, as well as it's going to light up the mirror on the side they're coming from or the side they're on. So if you hear that tone going off and you don't see anybody behind you, look in those mirrors on your productivity screen, you're going to see they're coming one way. So that way you'll know when it's clear to go ahead and back up. So your door handles. So I'm going to actually turn this view over here as we start moving back. You will have body color door handles. So that's a nice upgrade there. See that upgrade on the SE trim as well. The lower rocker molding. So lower body side cladding is going to be that molded in black. Wheel lip moldings as well. And you can see that. So that's kind of, again, keeping that bottom part non-painted, but molded in, looks fine. Also protects it from rock chips and such getting kicked up, as well as it kind of gives it a different look on the wheel lip moldings too, with that there too. You will see around the upper part of the window is going to be a chrome accent. So bright finish there with the black on the belt line molding, which comes down here right above the doors there. You will also have intelligent access. So that means you have the key fob. You can put it in your pocket. Go up, walk up, put your hands in the door handle. It's going to unlock the vehicle, allow you to get in and out, and lock it by pressing the ridges on those doors. And then you also do have, and then you'll have a keyless entry remote. So unlock, lock with that too. Hopefully, I don't know if I'll have an image for that or not, but you will have that. And you will also have this secure code passive keyless entry keypad, I should say. And that is going to be on the pillar there. It's kind of an invisible keypad. So you just swipe, put in your code, be able to get in and out. Benefit of that is if, let's say you don't have the keys, but you need to grab something, you can set your own code so you can unlock the vehicle. Or let's say you want to leave the keys inside, maybe go for a jog or something, don't want to carry the keys with you. You could do that, put them in the console somewhere, use a keypad to get in and out of the vehicle that way in those types of situations. You will also get standard equipment on the SEL trim is remote start system. So down that key fob, you'll also have a remote start. Close enough proximity, you just press it twice and it'll remote start the vehicle. So you will be able to do that through the Ford Pass Connect, which we'll talk about later, but you can do it a little bit quicker using the remotes. You will also have the child safety rear locks. So these rear doors will have little things in there where you can put the key in there and turn it. Lock those doors out so the kids can't open those. When you're maybe stopped talking to somebody, something like that, they're not able to open those doors. You will see privacy glass in these back windows, back glass. Keeps it cooler inside, looks nice on the vehicle as well. And then you will have the EC Fuel capless filler door too. So that's a double door system there. You just just open the exterior door just by pressing it. Then just go ahead and put the nozzle in. So no, cap to worry about losing, getting your hands dirty, anything like that. Just put that nozzle in, it'll fill it up, and then when you're done, you just shut it. Now, I will tell you this: if you do run out of gas or something, the nozzle from the fuel tank is the exact size that it needs. So if you don't have that, if you have a gas can, those are not the right size. They're usually too small. So you'll need the funnel that is provided with the vehicle, usually in the rear cargo, underneath the cargo floor. That's where that's located. You'll need that to fill the vehicle up. Now, moving to the back of the vehicle, we're kind of already there. You will have a body-colored rear spoiler up here. Center high-mounted stoplight, third brake light, some people like to call it. It's located right under there. Nice high-gloss black pieces over here to kind of dress it up, but also kind of finish out the glass there so you don't have water seeping around there. You do have rear defrost with rear wiper. The rear wiper will have a washer as well. You'll see you will have rear LED tail lights back here. These down here are reflectors, by the way. They're not lights. They will not light up. They are reflectors, so if somebody comes upon you, maybe you're off the side of the road, fixing a flat or something, those will be reflectors for you. You also have the molded in black here and the molded in silver on that rear skid plate there. Dual exhaust as well back here. And then you will have rear view camera. So as you're backing up, you're going to be able to see behind you. And let me double check. Yep, you will have rear parking sensors as well. So you can kind of see it in this image here, little dots right there. So as you're backing up, you're going to be able to see behind you, and you're going to get alerted if you get too close to anything as well back there. And then you will have the escape lettering on the back of the liftgate and the Ford oval there as well. Forgot to mention the one on the front up there too. And then you will have power liftgate is standard equipment on the SEL trim, so you can be able to use that remote to power it. You also, it's the intelligent access on the back liftgate, so if you have the remote in your pocket, you don't want to get it out to open it, you can just press the button underneath the latch there, right? I think it's just to the right of the, actually it's probably down there in that handle right there. You just press it under there and it'll power that up for you. You don't have to get the keys out to do that. So that's real nice having that feature as well. Now interior, I'll have to give you some clips of this. It's going to have carpeted on the flooring. I will tell you those seat backs too, 60-40 split bench seats. So you can lay those seats down if you need to, put longer items in there. Also, you do have the latch system, lower anchors and tethers for children. So I like to talk about it back here because I always see the 3 little connectors on the back. So those front facing car seats will latch back there so they won't fall forward. And then whether it be front or rear facing, you can use the system that locks it down to where the seat cushion and seat back come together to be able to secure those car seats in there instead of using the shoulder harnesses. That is the safest way to carry those kits. Now, underneath the cargo flooring, you will see a tire, inflator, and sealant kit. That is what's standard equipment. You do not get a standard spare, but you can get one as optional equipment. So we'll get into that just when we get to optional equipment. Doesn't cost too much, but I wanted to kind of preference that right now. Some people always shocked sometimes post that on the videos, so I just want to let you know that. Also, you will have a rear cargo area light, and you'll have cargo hooks on the back. So you'll have some different loops and hooks down there. So if you want to put a cargo netting in there, which you can get through Ford Accessories, then you're going to be able to do that. So that's all your exterior features. Now we're going to dive inside and show you some of the interior features. Okay, now what we're going to do, we're going to move down to the interior features. And again, you can just click up here. You can scroll. If you scroll down, you'll get to it eventually. But just click the interior, and it's going to kick us down there. There's 2 little images we're going to use here. We probably won't stick on this image for very much. But here you do have the side impact airbags that we'll talk about in a little bit here. But then we'll talk, maybe go into this picture here, or what we'll spend most of our time on is this 360-degree view where we can move it around. So hopefully I don't get you guys dizzy on this, but we will do that. So anyway, we'll move to this picture here to first. Now this does have, we'll actually talk here. First talk about the airbags. So I talked about most of the safety features earlier, but here for the interior, there are the airbags, same as the S and the SE trim. You have a dual stage airbags. So the driver and front passenger will have a dual stage airbag. It means a different size airbag will deploy depends on how close you are to the front of the vehicle. And then also you're going to have a driver knee airbag too that'll deploy down from that front collision. So that way protect you from that steering column on your knees there. And then moving over to this image here, you will have the side impact airbag. You can see a little tag right there. It's what it says. So right here we have the side impact airbag. So if you have a collision to that A or B pillar, it's going to deploy that airbag to protect the occupants in the front seat up there, either the driver or the front passenger, whatever side that's on. You will also have a safety canopy airbag with a rollover sensor. So if you get in a rollover situation, you have breaking glass and such like that, it'll deploy down and protect from the side occupants. Now that might go off on a side collision if you have a really good side impact to protect from the breaking glass as well, but it'll deploy down. A lot of people have seen that image before, but that's usually what that's going to look like there. So inside you will have carpeted flooring. You also have carpeted mats, front and rear floor mats, and you'll have illuminated entry lighting. So these lights up here will turn on. You have lighting in the flooring that'll turn on when you open the doors so that you can see as you're getting in the vehicle. So that's always important there. So now let's go ahead and move to the 360 view. We'll spend most of our time, the rest of our time with. Now here in this end, you will have, they're calling them sport contoured bucket seats. So you can see there bucket seats with the console here. They do look like they're leather. They're an Active X seat. Ford does not give it the leather name. I will tell you, I've owned a Lincoln vehicle before, and I've owned a Ford Expedition with the Active X seats. You can tell the difference, but they really wear like a leather seat, and they're going to wipe cleaner than a genuine leather with the pores in them and everything. So I like the Active X seats. So they're not completely leather. Kind of a mixture. Some people like to call it a pleather or something like that. But Active X seats are much easier to clean and keep clean. So I think you'll like them. Also, you get heated seats for the driver and front passenger. So front row up there will get heated seats. The driver will get an 8-way power adjustable seat. So that basically 8-way means that the front part of the cushion will go up and down, and the rear part of the cushion will go up and down too, and then you'll power going forward and back and power recline. So that's how that'll work. Probably does have power lumbar as well, but doesn't list it here. 4-way manual adjustment for the passenger seat. So there'll be a lever on the front part of the seat that allows you to pull that forward and back, and then there'll be a lever on the side over here for the recline to lay that seat forward and back. Second row, let's move this to the back. Whoa, try not to get easy. All right, 60/40 split bench seat we talked about earlier. You can lay that seat cushion down. Also 60/40 here. That allows you to be able to that seat there can come forward and back. So it can give you, take it all the way back to the back. That's where the back of that cargo area will meet to the seat there. That gives you the most leg room in there, and lots of leg room when you have it completely back. But if you need a little more cargo room, you could slide the seat forward and give you more cargo room. I will tell you, it gives you kind of a gap there between the back of the cargo and the seat back, but it gives you, if you need a little extra room for some things, you can do that. And by being able to split that, the seat cushion as well, it allows you to be able to pull one seat forward and leave the other one back if you want to. Also, center armrest. So right there, you can see where it's cut out there, and there's a loop. You can pull that down. It gives you an armrest with 2 cup holders in there as well. On the back of the console, I can't see it here, so hopefully I'll have a clip for you. It has a USB-A and USB-C port on the back of that, so that way you're going to be able to. That looks like there's also some vents right there too, so that climate can come through there. So now moving back around, I'm going to bring it up first. Try and do this slowly so I don't make you dizzy. There we go. We have power windows up here. So power windows, one touch up and down for the front and rear windows. So we talked about the S and the SE where you got the one touch down just for the driver's door. Now you have down and up for all 4 doors. So the one touch means that you hard press it down. You don't have to continue to hold it. So you hard press it down and the windows will go down. Hard press that up, and you don't have to hold it. It's going to go bring that window completely up. So that's a real nice feature to have. Power lock and unlock as well. And then your steering wheel. So you will have a premium leather wrap steering wheel, heated steering wheel as well. So heated mirrors, heated steering wheel, heated seats. So all those will be heated up. If you have your climate control for your remote start, if you go into remote start settings and you have that set on the auto setting, then it's going to automatically turn the defrost on, the heated steering wheel, the heated seats, and have those warmed up for you. If you have it in the last setting, which is usually what you want to do for the summertime, it'll actually turn your climate on to the last setting that you were of what it was. So that's usually you're going to be your air conditioning, such like that, with not the heated seats. So you will also have a manual tilt and telescoping steering wheel. So there's a lever underneath. It'll go up and down, forward and back for you. Also have cruise control on the steering wheel, and then that's those buttons there at the top, and then down here at the bottom you're going to have your audio controls, up and down audio and that kind of thing. And then the keypad up here on the top is going to control your productivity screen up there. So it's a 4.2-inch productivity screen. Can't really see it there too well, but a smaller productivity screen there for you to be able to control. And then you also have the buttons underneath there. It's going to be for making and receiving phone calls, so hanging up and that kind of stuff, voice commands and that kind of thing. The lever over here is going to be for your turn signal, and I believe on the end is where you would turn on and off the lane keeping system, but I'm not sure because you do have 2 of them. So I believe this one over here is your rear wipe. Your wipers are over here, and this dial on the end is going to control your rear wiper in the back. So that's how it's going to be controlled. Of course, up and down will be your front wiper up there. You will have push button start, as you can see right here. So just to the left of the climate. So again, you don't have to get the keys out to get in or out of the vehicle, unlock or lock it, or to start the vehicle, which is a nice feature to have. Of course, you do for your climate control, dual zone climate control, so the driver and front passenger can have 2 different temperatures there. Kind of nice if the sun's coming in one side versus the other. I know sometimes, driving on the highway, the sun's coming in on the wife's side. She wants to get it cooler. I want a little bit warmer. You can make those in 2 different zones. You have AM/FM stereo with 6 speakers. And then you'll have Sirius XM satellite radio with standard equipment on this. Sync 3 as well, as you can see there, with an 8-inch touchscreen. It is an LCD screen, have Apple CarPlay, Android Auto is going to be included with that. And then you can also have voice commands to be able to make and receive phone calls and such like that. And you're going to have Ford Pass Connect. That's a way to stay connected to your vehicle using the Ford Pass app, the most downloaded and used app of any manufacturer out there. And so it allows you to be able to unlock and lock your vehicle from anywhere using the app, remote start your vehicle from anywhere, even schedule remote start times, and you can select days of the week, which is really nice to have. So that's a great feature. Locate your vehicle. You can see your fuel economy, your tire pressure on those, through the app, and that's where you're going to get your Ford rewards points. So really nice how that works, and you're going to get enough Ford rewards points for for your oil changes when you purchase a vehicle, or you can use that towards accessories or whatever you might want. On the mirror, the rear view mirror, can't see it here. There'll be a lever right under there, so a day-night mirror, so cars come behind you with those bright lights. Flip that mirror, it's going to allow you to be able to adjust it so that those lights don't hit you and blind you. Interior lights right here, controlled with these switches there. Also do have a sunglass bin up there to be able to store those sunglasses in there if you need to. Now moving down slowly, you do have the media hub area here where you do have a PowerPoint plug-in, is what they call that, 12 volt. So that, those old car chargers, if you have those, or you can just plug your phone in using the USB-A port or the USB-C port there. And then of course you can store your phone down under there, which is real nice having that. Now you do see the rotary dial shifter, so real nice. Some people don't like that, but there's a great safety feature there, and that if you open your door, when you have it in drive, it's going to automatically put it into park. So it's a great safety feature to have the rotary dial shifter. And then you do have those switches we've been talking about earlier. Your drive modes are down here, traction control, and all those auto hold switches, all those are located right down there. And then I didn't know I could do that. Anyway, and then down here, you do have your console as well. So padded armrest there, open that console up. You have storage in there as well to be able to store some things in. So real nice having all those features. And so I've done several of these videos on this and just now realized that I could zoom in closer a little bit. So that's kind of nice. Remember that for future videos. So that's all of our exterior, interior features on that. Now what we're going to do is we're going to talk about some features that are specific to the hybrid engines and some of the features you get, and then we'll go into the different packages that are available. Okay, so now this is available in either the 1.5 liter or the 2.0 liter or the 2.5 liter hybrid engine. It will have the eCVT transmission that goes along with that. And with this one, this is the 303A equipment group. You get a couple other features that are specific to the hybrid engine. So one of those is the availability to be able to have neutral towing capabilities. So if you're going to pull this behind the motorhome, the hybrid is the way to go. You're going to have that. You're also, because for some reason on the door, we're going to go up here to the exterior and show you this. So on the door itself right there, that will lock on your hybrid engines. For some reason, they always have done that. There inside the door, there is a remote, or a door release, I should say, electronic door release for that. I will tell you, when you press that, just give it a second. It takes a little while to relay it back and for it to open up. You don't have to keep pressing it. I've learned that the hard way. And then you also do have a pedestrian alert sounder. So when you have it in reverse, it's going to make a little tone so people know that you're backing up, because usually when you're hybrid, it's quiet. They can't hear it moving. And so it's just a great way to let pedestrians know that you're backing up. Also, you do have the instrument panel on the console, or up here on these. So in fact, let's go back just so you can see this on the images. Hopefully they have done this and updated it. So if we go to the SEO hybrid, there we go, and we go to the interior, go to that image, you have a bigger screen here. So you're going to have the 6.5 inch digital productivity screen instead of that 4.2 LCD screen. So real nice, impactful, has all the hybrid information there for you. This is where you're going to see the nice little graphics of when you're slowing down, using the regenerative braking and letting you know what your score is and such. So it needs to be a digital screen, and that's why you get the upgrade for that. So those are all the 4 features you get when you go that are included in all hybrids that are not included on your gas engines. Okay, now let's talk about some different packages. Now I did move back over to the gas engine, and I did select the all-wheel drive because there's one package that's just available on the 2.0 liter engine. So I'll talk about that when we get to it. But now packages are going to include several features within one package. So we're going to give a lot of those features. And there are a couple in here that's listed under packages. They're actually accessories, and they're listed in the order guide as accessories. So those outfitter cargo packages there, these 3 here, we'll talk about those a little bit when we get to dealer installed options or different accessories, but we're going to talk about the factory install or factory packages first. And the first one I want to talk about is this in here, this Copilot 360 Assist Plus package, $1,000 package. Click on the little eye, you can learn more about it. So this one's going to give you intelligent adaptive cruise control with stop and go and lane centering, including the speed sign recognition. Also gives you evasive steering assist and gives you the activated navigation system with pinch to zoom capability Sirius XM traffic, and travel link. So those are all included together within this package. So let's break this down individually. So your adaptive cruise control, it's kind of what the image shows there, where if the car going much slower than you, you're coming up behind them, it's going to slow you down to go their speed. So you don't come in rearing them. You also don't usually need to use your brake and such. And even if they come to a complete stop, so if they stop, you'll stop as well. If they take off to resume, you have to hit your resume button, but then you'll resume as well. When it's safe to resume, you'll go up to your speed if you can able to pass them and such. Also, you're going to get lane centering. So lane centering is different than lane keeping. Doesn't let you get over to the lines. It's keeping you in the center of your lane when you're using the adaptive cruise control. So it works only with the adaptive cruise. The intelligent part of that, you can choose the regular adaptive cruise, or you can choose the intelligent adaptive cruise. So on this one, the intelligent adaptive cruise uses the speed sign recognition. So that means that if you're going, let's say the speed limit is 70 and you're going 70 miles an hour and you have your cruise set, if it slows down to 65, it's going to see that sign. It's going to slow you down to 65 so you don't get those speeding tickets. So that's real nice having that. Now, evasive steering assist means that if you're coming up, you're about ready to, if you're not able to stop in time, that, and you want to try to avoid them, it's going to assist in your steering to be able to steer around them. So that is actually a feature along with your adaptive cruise. You can activate, deactivate those, choose those different things pretty easily through the driver assist features. Now, the voice-activated navigation system, of course, includes the Sirius XM traffic and travel link, pinch and zoom capabilities. It's the on-screen navigation. That's going to be included with this package as well. So pretty nice package. Again, $995, and that package is available on any of the engines. So whether you go with 1.5 liter, 2.0, or the hybrid engine, it is going to be available on any of those engines there. Now, you do have the technology package. I'm going to skip along. Actually, I'm going to go down to this. Going to just move down the tow package first. $495 for the tow package. It doesn't really show you, kind of shows you the boat back there, but you will get on this package. You will get a hitch. You will get the wiring. You'll get trailer sway control as well. So it'll be the 2-inch square hitch there, receiver hitch for you to be able to do that. I believe it includes 4-pin wiring with this one. So it is available, as you can see there, on your for your 2.0, and also available, not available with your 1.5 liter engine, but it's available with your 2.0 all-wheel drive or your hybrid engines as well. So you're going to have one of those options. So even the hybrid front-wheel drive, it looks like it's saying it's available with either one of those, but not with the 1.5 liter, which is weird because the SE you can get it equipped that way. But and it's saying, or maybe that package was available on the SE, but I thought it was. So anyway, there you go. Tow package, class 2 trailer tow package there. You can add that. I'm not sure why that's listed, but probably because it's included. It's different. I think that's included in a different package, which I think we're about ready to talk about. So we do have the technology package for $1,250. Press that I. It has some of these features. I think it's including most of those. So we have a couple features on this. We do have the 10-way power driver seat. So now it says it's a forward and back, up and down, tilt, power lumbar, and that's where you get your power lumbar and your power recline. So it's going to include that. You also get the B&O audio sound system. You're showing that speaker right there. So that is a 10-speaker audio sound system by Bang & Olufsen with subwoofer as well right there. You also get for your productivity screen, you're going to get a 12.3-inch digital screen. Let's actually select this. Let's show you that screen and see if we can get an image of that. So we're going to choose that one. We're going to go down here to interior so you can kind of see that. So there you go. The whole thing basically lights up and is digital. Nice screen there. So that is going to be part of the technology package. You also get the memory driver's seat. So you're going to get the memory driver's seat for the mirrors. Your seat are going to be included with a memory for several, I think it's 3 different drivers there. It's going to be included. You also get the wireless charging pad. So that is going to be located down here in the media hub area, and you can wireless charge your phone for any of those phones that does wireless charging. That's going to also be included. Also, early on, at the beginning of the 22 model year, the hands-free foot-activated liftgate was also included in this. But right now, those parts are on hold. You're not able to get the hands-free liftgate. Just so you know that, when you get this package, you will not get the hands-free foot-activated. In fact, if you order this package, you're required to order an optional equipment, which is the hands-free foot-activated or the hands-free foot-activated feature removal. So you'll have to add that option to your order to be selected for scheduling, just so you know that. But that'll be, of course, does require that technology package. So there you go. There's that package. So let's go back up to the packages and unselect that one. There you go. And then the next package I want to talk about is the SEL Stealth all-wheel drive package. So you do have to have the 2.0 liter all-wheel drive to get the SEL Stealth package. $13.95 for that package. Gets a better looking vehicle here, so gives you some look there. So you are going to get the 19-inch machine face ebony painted alloy wheel like you're seeing in that image there. Also, you're going to get the ActiveX leather seats with the Miko suede insert. So let's go ahead and do this again. We'll select that one, and we'll go to the interior, and then we'll go to 360. So you'll see what that looks like. Also, you'll see the red stitching on the steering wheel, see the red stitching on the doors, console cover, the seats, and you're going to get the Miko suede inserts on the seat cushion and the seat back. So real nice upgrade there on the interior. So you're going to have that. You're going to have, close this for a second. We'll go up to the exterior. You're going to have the different badgings on the outside, blacked out, emblems there for those. Looks real sharp. The grill is going to be a little bit different. Not really showing that grill there, but it does. I believe it says it's a 5-bar grill with chrome surround. Looks a little different than the standard grill. Your mirror caps will be black, so ebony painted mirror caps there. So gloss black is what they're calling it there. Your Ford ovals, it's kind of hard to see there, but Ford ovals will be blacked out. Very few times you get that. Usually any of these black appearance packages is where we're starting to see that more and more. And then these skid plates up here are going to be black instead of silver on the front as well as the rear. Actually, I'm still showing the silver there, so whatever. But anyway, also showing the hitch when we didn't even select it. So there you go. That's a little bit different look there. And then your molding around the outside is going to go from that bright molding to the black. So again, just kind of blacks this one out. So real nice stealth appearance package. It does, again, require the 2.0 liter engine to get this one. So that 302A equipment group. And that is available for you too. So okay, so those are all the factory packages. Now there is the dealer installed packages, as we mentioned. So we'll go over those real quickly. Now these are actually listed under accessories. But you do have this cargo upfitters cargo skybox here. So kind of show you an image what that looks like. So it's enclosed skybox. Will include the cargo mat, as you can see there. It also includes the front and rear mat floor liners without the carpeted mats. Also gives you the roof rack, side rails, and crossbars. So that's, you're going to add those to it. So actually it just says the crossbars, so they must attach on those. And then you get that skybox system. So that is by Yakima. So that is a system that you'll find a lot of these are going to have the same equipment other than the main accessories. So because on this other one, this off-grid one looks a little different. So it's more of a basket kind of carrier up there, but also still going to include the cargo mat, the floor liners, and it's going to give you the crossbars to be able to attach that to up there. And then the last one that Yakima makes, and these are all listed under accessories, is your front loader. So that is for bikes. So you're going to have those in there. So it doesn't show bikes not included, but it doesn't show those there. But you do get the crossbars, the cargo mat, and the floor liners as well, and you can load 2 bikes in there. So those are those 3, and again, there are packages because they include several features within them. That's why they're listed under packages, but they are listed under accessories. They are something you can add to your vehicle afterwards. All of those, if you want to get the mats, the crossbars, the floor liners, those are all things that can be added to your vehicle afterwards, and you can even get the system from Yakima if you want instead. I'd encourage you to do that instead of maybe holding up your order and your build, is to go that route if you want to do that. But now let's get into some of the standalone options. So now we're going to start talking about the different standalone options. And really, Ford breaks these out into 3 different sections. It's your factory standalone options, which standalone options means that they're just one option. So you can just add that single option to your order. And then we also have their accessories, which are different things that you can get from the factory. They're accessories. They'll be put in the vehicle, but they're also things you can get through Ford Accessories after you get your vehicle as well, or even before, and just have it at your house waiting for it to be put in the vehicle. You'll see as we break these down. And then the other section is your dealer installed options, which means those are options if you choose to get them. They're not put on at the factory, but when your car goes out, they'll be boxed up, and those will go out and be sent to your dealer, and your dealer would receive those before your vehicle gets in, and that's so that they're there. And then when your vehicle shows up, they'll install that option into your vehicle. And a lot of times your dealer installed options can be added to your vehicle afterwards if you want. Kind of like we talked about with the with those Yakima systems. Those are accessories, but can be added to your vehicle afterwards. All those are different options that can be added to the vehicle. So talking about these, let's just kind of break these down. So as we go through the interior and exterior features, we're going to kind of, they're combined all together in there. So you don't see those packages, the Yakima systems, as we mentioned earlier. One thing to preference on those systems is does require to get the side rails, which we're going to talk about is optional equipment, standalone option that will be required for you to add to the vehicle. And then those packages come with the crossbars, which is also a standalone option. So we'll talk about those as we move down. First one, talk about factory installed option number 1 for the exterior is the panoramic Vista roof. It's a $15.95 ad. Click on the eye there and you'll see a little bit image there. It does have a power sunshade, does have a power glass that slides back, and that is available. It is a standalone option. Let me just double check my notes. It is available on all of the different engines and your equipment groups, whether it be 1.5, 2.0, or your 2.5 hybrid. So it's available on any of those, and it does include the roof rack side rails included in that cost. So it does make you to get the side rails just like we're kind of seeing on this one, and then it gives you that. Now, this is not compatible with any of your upfitter packages. So for some reason you're not able to get that, and this is where I say that, well, shoot, I want the panoramic Vista roof, but there's times when I take a trip that I want to put it up there, so I want to be able to add it, because what they're saying is you can't open that glass when you have something above. Well, again, you can order the Yakima system after you get your vehicle, and that's how you're able to do it. But if you try to order it together at the factory, they won't allow you to do that. So that is a way around that. Okay, so the next exterior feature to talk about is you do have the roof rack side rails. So moving down, these black roof rack rails, so 165. Again, this is required if you want to add the Yakima system. You have to add this to your build first. So if I want to go click on one of those, it would tell me to add this option. So again, they're going to go over here on the side, so they're optional on these, so you will need to add those if you want any kind of a rack system, and it's also included in the panoramic Vista roof we just talked about. You'll need to add this system there. And then you do have the crossbars, so they can be added separately. They are included in the Yakima systems if you do order those, but if you don't order those, you can get those for $145 as a standalone option. Now both of these, the side rails and the crossbars, double check my notes, they are available on any of your equipment groups, so any of your different 3 engines, they are available for you. So, and it says the crossbars aren't available, again, with your panoramic Vista roof. So if you do want those from time to time, again, order those through accessories.ford.com, and you can do it that way if you'd like to. And then the last couple other exterior features you can get that you'd want to get from the factory, and that is the engine block heater. $150 if you want to add that to your vehicle. So if you live in a cold weather state up north, something like that, you want to keep your vehicle, kind of warmed up a little bit in the wintertime overnight. That way it remote starts a little bit easier. You can do that as well there. And then you do have the front license plate bracket. So did not mention it as standalone options, or as the standard equipment, forgot to mention that, but front license plate bracket is standard equipment. States require front license plate. Kansas is not one of those states, so it's optional equipment. It's a no charge option if you get it from the factory, so I suggest you do it that way. The dealer will install that for you free of charge, that kind of thing. Now if you don't get that ordered on your vehicle, you want to get it later, you have to pay for the cost of the tag bracket and to have it installed, unless you want to install it yourself. So those are your exterior standalone options. Now let's talk about some of the exterior options. Well, let's talk about the factory interior options first. Now, one of the things now I'm just remembering that I did not tell you is about the color interiors you can get on these. You do have 2 different color interiors. You have your ebony, or you have the sandstone that's available. So forgot to mention that earlier, so let you know that. So we're going to select that because we still had that other stealth package included. So there you go. So those are different options there, and these here are your different options for different seats, whether you have the Miko suede with that stealth package or not. Okay, now moving down, the factory installed option, there's only I think one, and that is the mini spare. So moving on down, all these others are accessories, DIOs and such, but this mini spare is one you'd want to get from the factory. $110 for that, so that's where we talked about earlier. 17-inch mini spare instead of that tire and inflator kit. That's how you want to do that. So make sure you choose that, select that on your vehicle. If you want the mini spare, that is a standalone option. You'll want to add that from the factory. So that's how you want to take care of that. Now we do have accessories as well. So let's go back up and talk about and break these down between accessories and DIOs. So accessories, again, all these can be purchased from accessories.ford.com. If you want to, and put them in your vehicle yourself or have the dealership install those. So moving down, starting with the exterior, the first one is your splash guards, I believe. Yep, splash guards are the first one here, $210 for that. That is something you can probably install those if you want to try and endeavor that, or you can have the dealership do that. But they are something that is holding up a lot of builds right now on a lot of different models. I would suggest you do not put that on your order. Have the dealership order those for you and have them installed once the vehicle gets there. It's my recommendation. The other one is the cross. Actually, these crossbars were an accessory, not a dealer installed option. So I actually mentioned that earlier. So it should have been listed under the dealer installed option. So the side rails are one you definitely want to get from the factory. The crossbars can be done either way. So you can, again, get this through accessories.ford.com if you want to go that route. So that's all your exterior accessories, those rails and the splash guards. Now, interior wise, we do have a lot of things here that are accessories. Again, all can be purchased through accessories.ford.com. The first one is the cargo mat. So real nice, $100, you get a cargo mat. As you can see, easy to install, not a problem at all. So you can get that through Ford Accessories and put it in your vehicle. You can even have it go to your house and be purchased that way. You can also have these shipped. You can go to accessories.ford.com and have them shipped to your local dealer if you want to as well. And then you do have these, the next ones are your floor. Let's see, I think actually the Easy Cargo Shade. Yeah, that's next. A $135. So that is something you would, is it a Ford Accessories? Again, purchase on the website, have it come in. Some of these things you just don't want to chance it maybe holding up your build because you have these different Ford accessories when you can always get them later, and that's always my recommendation. And the other is the floor liners. Floor liners will not hold up your build if you put them on there. We've seen that time and time again. You can get these with or without the carpeted mats. As you can see, with the mats it's $200, without is $160. So if you don't know you're not going to use the carpeted mats, go with the option without and save yourself about $40, and you can deal with it that way. So, all right, so those are all of our accessories, whether it be interior and exterior, and the rest of the accessories listed in these sections are dealer installed options. So the dealer would install them, and you want to make sure if you do order any of these from the factory that you make sure your dealer does install them on your vehicle. I've heard some cases where they came in ahead of time and the dealership did not notice that it needed DIOs done, and the customers took delivery of them and never turned around. So you want to make sure that those get installed. So let's go over some of these. There's really only one exterior option that's under the DIOs here, and that is these wheel locking lug nuts. So $75. It's going to give you, basically they'll take one of the lug nuts off each of the wheels and they'll replace them with these with the lock wrench here. So real nice, especially if you get the one with the 19-inch wheels. Great way to protect those wheels. You can always add those to the vehicle too. That's not holding up builds either, so you can get those without any problem and have the dealership install it upon delivery. A great way to have that done so you don't have to do it yourself. Now on the interior though, moving down here, you do have this roadside assistance kit. So $70 for that. You can see it includes all these features in here in the image there. So if you're off the side of the road, kind of comes in handy, comes in a nice little case to put in there. Again, you can put that in your vehicle, have it in there when you, in case you ever need it. First aid kit's the same way for $50. You can include these band-aids and all the different things just in case something happens. You know, that also is a nice thing to include in your vehicle. Again, these are things, both of those can be included onto your afterwards through Ford Accessories. Real easy to do there. A couple other things that are also real easy to get through Ford Accessories, and when they say dealer installed, it means the dealer just places them in the vehicle, and that is these cargo organizers here. So one of them is this in here is $80. You can see, kind of organize it. It folds up too as well to make it easy to get out of the way if you're not using it. And then you have a larger one right below that that's $90. It gives you an extra compartment there. So those are both things. Again, you can get those through Ford Accessories later. Don't let it hold up your build because of it. And also this cooler bag's the same way. $35. You do have an insulated cooler bag as well. again, just little things you can always get later after you get yours ordered. Again, it's a dealer installed option. Dealer would throw those in there. Now this in here though, the center console vault isn't really holding up builds. 380, if you want to have that installed, the dealer would install that upon it getting to the dealership. That is a nice one. I heard they're pretty easy to install. Some people have installed it, but if you don't want to go and that hassle, add that to your build. That should not be holding up your builds. As you're noticing, some things that aren't holding up your builds are the things that you could go ahead and order. But some of the ones that I'm mentioning that are also things other than the splash guards are really pretty easy to install yourself, and you can always get them and don't want to hold up your build from being scheduled for build and such like that. So those are all of the options there for you. So hopefully I clarified it easy. I know I kind of jumped back and forth, but I want to kind of show you what are factory installed options you definitely want to get. And I guess just to kind of go through, I believe if I remember right here, I remember these. Ones you want to get from the factory are the panoramic vista roof. That is a factory installed option. Your side rails are factory installed option. And then your engine block heater are factory installed options. And of course, if you want the front license plate bracket. So those are very important ones there. And then on the interior, it's the spare tire and wheel if you want to get that. So that would be things that you want to make sure you would get from the factory. That way, those are done there. These others are all options you can be added later after you get your vehicle. Just so you know that. So now at any time, hit the summary up here, it goes down, gives you information of how you configured your vehicle and everything. You can configure payments. If you see this $645, that's an acquisition fee. That's on leases only. Click the little calculator there and then click over the finance and save it, and it'll take that out. Now you will see this $14.95 destination charges. That is not from your dealer. That is from Ford. So that is the cost that Ford is charging to every vehicle to get it from the factory to your dealer, no matter where you live in the country. So you could live right in Michigan or right by the plant, for the Escape plant, and they're still going to charge that $14.95 to your bill, just so you know that. And the incentives, that's current incentives right now. So if you were to order your vehicle right now, you would lock in this incentive as long as your dealership knows how to lock in incentives. They will lock that in as well as your pricing here, because you will have price protection on your build when you order it, and Ford will honor that pricing just as long as your dealership does the paperwork correctly and such. So anyway, those are all the options I want to go over. So pretty cool. A lot of great factory installed options and a great way to configure your vehicle. So there you have it. There are all the standard equipment, all the different packages available, standalone options, how to break those down and everything. So hopefully you guys have found this very helpful for you. And the reason I bring, give these videos out is so that way, if you want to custom order your vehicle the way you want it to, and really right now that's the best way to get your vehicle and know that you get one, then trying to find one the way you want it to on a dealer lot, is to custom order your vehicle. So find a good local dealership that is willing to do that for you and knows how to do that. Will honor the lock in that price. Will honor that price even once the vehicle comes in, even if things have changed in the market. Also knows how to do price protection, knows how to lock in your incentives. Ask all those questions of your local dealership and make sure they know how to do all those things. If you are struggling to find one, Lon McArthur can help you out with that. We can custom order a vehicle. We will honor, of course, price protection, lock in your incentives, know how to do that, know how to do all those things, and make sure your order is scheduled, is approved, I should say, through Ford, and is looked at for scheduling, which is another thing we're going to look for. And if you're struggling with that, Lon McArthur can do that, and we do include free shipping. So just mention you saw this video on YouTube, and we'll give free shipping if you finance a vehicle with us. We're very transparent about it. We do. That's not a cost that is it's cost that's going to be incurred on the vehicle, but it's not a cost that needs to be incurred onto you if you plan to finance a vehicle anyway. Finance a vehicle with us, and we'll pay up to $1,000 of the shipping cost to deliver it to you. Or if you'd like to fly in, we'll pay for your travel expenses up to $1,000 if you want to finance a vehicle with us. So hopefully that helps you out. If you do want to get something from us, you can give us a call, send us a text message. Numbers are on the screen there if you want to reach out to us, and we can start that process for you. And don't forget to, if you did like this video, smash that like button. If you're not subscribed yet, hit the red subscribe button down below so you can subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell. That way you get notified next time we have another video uploaded to your YouTube channel. Don't forget you can find us on social media, see what's going on here locally at the dealership. We're at Lon McArthur on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. And if you want to follow me, all my different social media sites are there on my Linktree account. So do check that out. Where all the different places you can find me on social media, as well as where I can find the different videos that I do as well, right there on that Linktree account. So hopefully this video helped you out. If it did, I hope that hope you do appreciate that, and hopefully you get a vehicle that you're really loving and order the way you want it to from a great dealership. So again, thank you for watching this video. We'll see you later.